So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing kind of a shaker skull. So basically I'm going to be using a Christmas bauble, and I'm going to be making some liquid brains for inside the skull. So we're going to be using Chameleon powders inside the skull, inside the bauble should I say, and I'm going to mix it with a 3:1 ratio. So I'm going to use 25% water and 75% of this stuff, which is vegetable glycerine. However, you can use alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, and you can also use baby oil. I actually have this from my old business that I used to have, so I will be using it within this. And we're gonna just make it look pretty cool, and we're gonna have a bit of fun, just to take a skull to the next level. Because most people, they all put glitter in and shake it up, or it's dried shaking, and I don't know. I'm not into the shaky glitter thing, so I just want to see if I can maybe elevate my own skills. So anyway, if you want to watch the video and see how I do it, learn how to do it, please stick around. So I'm going to put you on pause while I get my ingredients sorted, and I'll be back. See you shortly. Right, so I have here in an envelope at the side some acetate, and the acetate is going to be used with UV resin, which I will get shortly, to seal the opening of the bauble. I have some water, so I want 25 mils of water and 75 mils of the vegetable glycerine, to make it a 3:1. A 3:1, yeah, a 3:1. Right, so I'm just mixing up the mixtures. Make sure you come eye level when measuring anything, because otherwise you might not get the correct measurements, and that way everything is perfect. And what I'm going to do is just grab not a cocktail stick, let's Tracy that. Just going to grab a popsicle stick and just mix it around. You don't need gloves for this because it's safe. And I'm just going to put my face mask on, just a general COVID mask, just for working with mica powder. I hope you can still hear me. I have the Chameleon mica powders from UV Resin, and I'm going to do grape colour because this is my favourite one. Look at that. I love it. I'm just wondering if we mix two colours, if they would stay separate. Let's give it a try. Let's try some blue. So I'm going to try the teal. So the colour that I just used was the grape. Just see if it works. If it doesn't work, that's fine. This is why you need to wear a mask, because of all the floating particles from the mica powder. There you go, and you can see the green, goldish, bluish. Right, so I'm going to put that to one side. I'm going to use the Marabou Alcohol Diamond Sparkle for a bit of glitter. I don't want to use big clumps of glitter because then it'll become a shaker mould. I just want it as liquidy as possible. So I'm just going to add a few drops of that. Sorry, this stuff is terrible. I think I spoke to a few YouTubers that I've had issues with getting it out of the... So I've just added about 5 or 6 drops in there. And adding this is preference, so it's up to yourself. Just give it a mix round just to make sure all the mica powder is dissolved. And there you have liquid brains. Right, so I'm going to bob you on pause. And I'm going to get my acetate out, my UV resin and my UV lamp and gloves on, and then we can do the next part of the bauble. Right, so I have out, sorry, let me just put my mask on. So I have my makes made up in there as shown previously. I'm using the Jdiction UV lamp. I'm using the Just For You Online UK Apex UV resin. Everything used today in today's video will be put in the description box, all the links and discount codes that I might have. I do have a 10% discount for Jdiction, a 10% discount for Let's Resin, and a 15% discount from Just For You Online UK. So anyway, on with the video. I have a small piece of acetate, and that will go on the bauble and seal it, which we'll do, tongue twisted, we'll do shortly. So what we're going to do first is we're going to pour this mixture into the bauble. If you are not happy with the consistency, you can just do whatever amount you want of water to glycerin, and you can do just pure glycerin. It's not a problem. So I'm just going to pour this into here. I think I just spilt some. Yeah, I've just spilt some. So I'm just going to grab my fishbowl glycerin, and I will top that up. And you want to fill it up to the top of the bauble without spilling. I'm surprised I've not spilled anything in there. Right. Right. So what I'm going to do is just put some UV resin around the top. You can cut this off. I prefer not to. It's just too much faffing. Grab the acetate, put it on, and UV light it. I will pause you and come back once this is done. Alright, so that's fully cured now. I did 3 minutes on this and no leaks. So I'm just going to put that to one side. I need to put my mask on again. Right, hope you can hear me. So I've turned my skull mould inside out, and you're going to need a makeup brush or a paintbrush, whichever you find easiest. I'm just using a makeup brush from a cheap set that I bought on AliExpress, and I'm going to dust the grape Chameleon powder around the teeth and band it around the back. So I'll show you what I mean by banding. So banding is just basically putting it across the back of the mould there. There is some markings in the mould, but it doesn't affect the mould. And we're going to take it around there and under there. And what that does is it helps to hide part of the bauble here. So as you can see, I've got here like residue from the mica powder. So I'm just going to take a baby wipe, use the water wipes, spray a bit of alcohol. I just put it on there because it evaporates. Just wipe it off. If you do find that you have streak marks on your mould, a fibre cloth is really good for getting marks off your moulds, and then this doesn't imprint onto the resin when you're demoulding. I don't even know why I'm cleaning it, because when I turn it back the right way it's just going to spray everywhere again. Alright, that's it. I'm going to turn this inside out, back the right way around, should I say, and I'm going to use some Q-tips. If you're in the UK, cotton buds or earbuds, and I'm going to give it a quick wipe down in there, and then I'll be back. See you soon. Right, so that's been done now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert this, the bauble I'm referring to, inside the mould. Just like that. And that way you won't see it. So I'm going to mix up some resin. These usually take 9 to 10 ounces of resin, so I'm going to mix up 7 ounces just to make sure I have enough. I'm going to be mixing it with my Istoyo mixer. I will link that in the description box for you as well, with a 10% discount from Istoyo. So bear with me and I'll be back shortly. Right, so I've mixed up 7 ounces, which is 105 mils of part A and 105 mils of part B. So that'll give you a total of 210 mils. I did state that these take about 10 ounces, but because I have the bauble in the bottom, that takes up space, so it reduces the amount of resin that you'll need. So what I'm going to add to this, oh, before I say it, so I'm using the Apex High Gloss 1:1 from Just For You online. So 1:1 stands for basically equal parts of A and B, or resin and hardener. Some resins have part A, part B, and some just don't have A and B on, so it's just equal parts. So I'm going to be using the Just For You online resin dye. I'm going to be using Amethyst, and I'm just going to add a couple of drops just to tint the resin. So I've just added 3 drops, and I don't want it any darker because every time I use this stuff I always end up going darker than what I want to, so keep it light just to give it a little bit of colour. Mix really slowly, making sure you mix all the sides. See, if you don't mix it you can see the streaks in there. Can you see? So you need to make sure that all them streaks are gone. Right, so I'm gonna add the resin, and I'm gonna pour it down my stick, and the reason for this is it just helps to eliminate bubbles. Now, Chameleon powders, when you use clear resin, are not very vibrant. But when you use black resin, they pop. And I didn't want to use black resin because I didn't want it to cover the bauble around the top of the skull. so it looks like 7 ounces was the perfect amount. My levelling table is not level again. That's my partner. He's always messing with my levelling table because he works downstairs, you see, so. And popsicle sticks are the best thing to use to wedge up one side of your mould, just to balance it out. There you go. Right, so this resin has a pour-in depth of 5 centimetres, but I've took it beyond its depth many times and it's never flash cured. Also, if you're new to resin, flash curing means when your resin overheats, the compounds inside are meant to be cured at a specific temperature. When you pour it beyond a certain its threshold depth, it causes what's the word? Just like a reaction, so it causes the resin to overheat and it just basically flash cures and can also damage your mould and your product. So, but I've got a lot of experience with this resin. I know what I'm doing, and also because I've got the bauble inside, I'm not worried because it's not deep, if that makes sense. So this is there is some bubbles, but I will use a bit of alcohol spray. And alcohol spray is just isopropyl alcohol, 99.9%. Spray it and it eliminates bubbles. Put this on my heat mat for about an hour and a half, and I'll be back to demould and we'll take a look to see what this is like. And on that note, I shall catch you later. Bye. Hi, I'm back and this is now cured. So we're going to spray some isopropyl alcohol down the back of the mould, and this should help with the breaking the seal, which makes it look easier to demould. Just like that. It looks like I've got a bubble there, but we do have liquid brains. Yeah, it's just because the bauble is pushed up right against the top of the mould. So if you do make this, I would advise you to put some UV resin inside, just so that you've got a barrier between the actual mould itself and the top of the skull. Right guys, I'm going to leave that with you tonight now. Please like, comment and subscribe if you've not already done so. That would help my channel out so much. And on that note, I shall see you on the next upload tomorrow. Goodbye.